Karl, I want to take a moment to thank you for sitting down with us. I'm sure it must be a whirlwind right now for you.
That's my pleasure, mate.
Let's talk about how you kind of got involved with this project. What did you have to do to convince director Pete Travis that you were the right man to play Dredd?
Well, I was on holiday with my family, and I got a call from my agent, saying that Alex Garland and the DNA boys were rebooting Judge Dredd. Would I be interested? I said yes, I was, being a fan of Dredd when I was a teenager. So she immediately sent me the script. I read it, found it to be a really wonderful, character-driven piece with great action and authentic to the character, most importantly. So immediately I decided that that was something that I'd like to be a part of. So from there I took a meeting with the creatives involved, and yeah, it was on the basis of that they offered me the role.
Did you find it difficult to kind of restrain yourself from getting too enthusiastic kind of when you're on set in terms of contributing how you envisioned the character, or was there a back and forth between how you wanted to present kind of as a longtime fan and what the filmmaker's vision was?
Well, here's the thing, you have to understand that we were all on the same page from very early on, and and this was one of the most collaborative experiences that I've ever had making a film. And I just, working with Alex Garland was a wonderful experience, and he is, largely responsible for the film that you see. And I guess I was buoyed by the fact that, Alex took the time and energy to collaborate with John Wagner and get his seal of approval. So, pretty much felt like we were all on the right page.
So do you see yourself, if this ends up being a big success, and it looks great, especially for kind of what everyone had to work with, I mean, it looks like a big-time Hollywood blockbuster, despite not actually being as such. Could you see yourself going down the road of a franchise here?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, if this film finds an audience and there's a demand to see more Dredd, I would love to make more films. I had a great time making this movie. In the same sense, though, if this is it, then I'm really proud of it. It's an instant cult classic.
What villain out of the comic strip would you like to actually see in a sequel if that should happen?
I'd like to see the Dark Judges. I think that'll be a really interesting place to go, especially given the fact that we've set up a very hardened, gritty, realistic look at this dystopian future. It would be nice to take it there.
Now, in terms of actual filming, in the film, the helmet never comes off. How many hours per day were you wearing that helmet on set? And did it get to a point where you just had enough, or did you kind of love it?
I loved every minute of it. It was, the difficult aspect was at times we were shooting in Cape Town in the middle of a South African summer, so it was pretty challenging in that regard. But no, I loved it.
And how about carrying the scowl the entire way through? Because you do have quite a hardened look, because all you have is kind of your mouth to express yourself. Did you find it difficult to kind of break out of that between takes? I mean,
I never really thought about it. It was important for me that the character be recognizably Dredd. And, for any long-term fans, I think that is a pretty important element. I really focused on just trying to identify and nail the humanity of the character, because to me that was the most interesting thing, to make him accessible. He's not a superhero. He doesn't have superpowers, but he is heroic, and his heroism is defined by the fact that he's a guy walking into the building when everyone else is running out in the opposite direction. He's just got an extraordinary skill set, a smart mind, training, a cool bike, and a versatile gun.
Before we wrap up, I just want to ask, where do things stand with the Star Trek sequel?
We finished shooting that in May, and it's going to be out May next year, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay. Thanks for your time. Much
Thank
appreciated.
You. Cool.